This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, folks. I'm Damon Bruce. Sunday night in the NBA. It's going to be Brandon Knight and the Detroit Pistons up against Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers. And things are just about ready to get going. Let's head out now to Kevin, Clark, and Steve, who will be making the call out in Los Angeles.
It's the Pistons, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Clippers hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. And they're one of the elite teams in first place in the Western Conference.
You know, I think for the Clippers, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. Let's see if they can continue that momentum.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Brandon Knight is out there with Harden. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Bogut. And it's Ibaka. And it's the power forwards position. And for the Clippers, Crawford and Butler out on the perimeter. Odom out there with Griffin. And it's Paul in at the point guard. Second chance shot. Good. Paul's got the first points up on the board for the Clippers.
Beautifully executed play there to get that basket. Well, you think about what Chris Paul meant to the Clippers, guys, not just on the floor, and that's pretty obvious. He's one of the best point guards in the league, if not the best. But it had more to do with the identity of the team. I think people took them seriously after that deal. And in fact, you know, in LA, there was a budding rivalry between the Clippers and the Lakers for, you know, who was the city's best team. And that had ridiculous.
Tore it down that time. Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. That is good.
Well, you look at Vinny Del Negro, spent some time in the Phoenix Suns front office as a scout before moving on to the coaching ranks when he landed that first job with the Chicago Bulls.
Now the Pistons with it. I want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And no question, the three-point shot was the difference in that game, fellas. Their percentage from downtown was outstanding.
Yeah, I know that's something you can appreciate. Makes you smile, doesn't it, Steve? It's one of the better team performances you're going to see from beyond the arc.
Well, that's my game, Clark. You know that.
And Steve, you go back to Vinny Del Negro, scout for the Suns prior to coaching. He was also broadcasting.
Yeah, he's been around the game forever. You know, a lifer. His father was a coach. You know, it's in his blood. He actually grew up just outside of Springfield, Massachusetts, the home of the Hall of Fame. So Vinny, I guess, is just meant to be in basketball.
Harden kicks to DeRozan, and it's good. DeRozan's got his first bucket in this one.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
He feeds it to Griffin. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
Well, Clark, they really shot terribly from downtown in that one and eventually paid the price for it.
They sure did. I mean, sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but theirs wasn't quite strong enough.
The Clippers shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Well, to this point of the season, guys, they're knocking down about 76% of their free throws.
And guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, I spoke briefly with Lauren Strang. He said Chris Paul is a major concern for them because of his ability to lead a team. He said it all starts with Paul because once he gets going and gets everyone involved, the whole team becomes a well-oiled machine. That is something we're definitely worried about.
Thanks, Doris.
That's now 6 straight points off open threes. Get a hand up, fellas. Pay attention to the scouting report.
Well, you know how quickly things can go south when you start giving up wide open looks to this team.
And the Clippers miss again. Pistons leading by 6. He dishes it to Ibaka. Pistons passing it around. Bogut dishes to Harden. Bogut the pass to DeRozan. Pass to Harden. Gets it to go. Harden's got 6.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Crawford with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Knight against Paul. Butler on the wing. Lock at 6. Back to Crawford. They need this. Gets it to go. Crawford's got his first bucket of the night.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Knight kicks to Harden. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trailed by 6. Straight up and blocked. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You take a look at the Pistons. And, of course, Miami, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
You know, for the Pistons, they've had such a tremendous regular season. I mean, really exceeding even the most optimistic projections. A bit of a surprise, actually.
And with the playoffs right around the corner, they are really excited to see just how far they can go. They get so many chances to win it all, and they have to be in that conversation. The thing I love about Chris Paul offensively is the great job he does of balancing his own scoring with setting up his teammates. And when he scores, the Clippers are so difficult to defend because then you have to commit defenders to him, and that's when he starts getting the ball to his teammates.
Third team foul. The pass to Crawford. Over Harden. And again, Jamal Crawford. Pistons leading by 5. And you mentioned Chris Paul's great passing last season, playing in Los Angeles, even with more help offensively. Clark, his points went up and his assists went down.
You know, but part of that, it was rumored the New Orleans scorekeepers there were a little generous with how they notched his assists total. His passing is still terrific. Perhaps just graded a little differently, Kevin. You know, that is something that goes on, how assists are totaled from arena to arena.
Knight dishes to Harden. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers ball. Clippers trailed by 3. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Clark. A lot of momentum here offensively.
Hasn't had a whole lot of misses here in the quarter. Very sharp shooting right now. It's fun to watch.
Here's Knight. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Crawford kicks it to Odom. Kicks it out to Crawford. Shoots over DeRozan. And Griffin slams it in.
And what I like watching, Kevin, with this guy is his ability to just chase down rebounds. I mean, he plays so hard, hustles from the opening tip till the final buzzer. And it really shows with his work on the offensive glass.
And I'll say something else, Steve. He is one of the most powerful finishers we have in this league. He takes it to the rack hard.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Ibaka with some nice D.
Yeah, he struggled with his shot this quarter, and he's got to find a groove somehow.
Harden can't hit. The Clippers in the lead. getting their second look at Detroit in this one.
And in that first matchup, they got absolutely manhandled on the boards, guys. So they're going to have to do a much better job tonight in the paint if they're going to win this game.
Butler, DeRozan defending. Here's Crawford. Rebound by the Pistons.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. I'm not sure if any player is going to top that one.
Maybe the only play that could beat it is another alley-oop jam.
Yep. Even then, it'd be hard to execute it any better than that one.
Back to what Steve just said, in terms of rebounding, they did not have a good time of it when they squared off previously.
And once things started to go bad for them, guys, and they did go bad, I mean, they were that much less aggressive on the glass, and that's a no-win formula.
Butler kicks to Griffin.
Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there. There's no stopping him when he gets to the basket like that. If you can't foul him in time, just get out of the way.
Knight passes to Harden. Here's the three. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
Back to Griffin. Good. Griffin's got 6.
Boy, what a great job of getting into the teeth of the defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's been their main point of attack. I mean, get the ball deep and try to score from in tight rather than rely on their outside shooting. I mean, that's a more consistent way to score. Take it inside.
And that one's good by Butler.
Great action, back-to-back three-pointers at either end.
Sort of an anything you can do, I can do better situation going on right here, guys.
A shot by Knight, no good.
They got that rebound, but this is not how they wanted to start the game in terms of hitting the glass.
Yeah, it's about time they actually got a rebound. It's time to get physical here in this game.
Here is Ibaka. He had 16 points in the win against Dallas. Here's Cole. No good, trying to beat the buzzer.
That's the end of the first.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested.
27. This Friday.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Yeah, this team played an excellent first quarter offensively, moving the ball and getting a good flow to their offense. That's why you see those big assist totals.
Yeah, very timely passing for them, Steve, and that's why they've been able to jump out to this lead.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. We've got DeRozan. Hickson is out there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Mike Miller, and it's Cole in at the point guard position. There's Odom. DeRozan with the rebound.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Cole dishes to Anderson. He kicks to Cole. Buries the long-range jumper. Cole's got his first 3 points of the game.
9 straight points for them off of wide-open looks from deep. Something has to change for this deep.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, and they can put it on the floor. And Chris Paul is so motivated to win with this Clipper team. As you might remember, he had knee surgery in 2010 and to have part of his meniscus removed. So you just never know long-term how that knee can wear down. Nothing's guaranteed. So he wants to make the most of every opportunity with this talented Clipper club.
The feed now to Anderson. Passes to Cole. Shoots the 3. And another 3 for Detroit.
They've been outstanding from three-point range in this quarter.
Clippers trailed by 9. And Stevie talked about Chris Paul's motivation to win a championship while he's in his prime.
Yeah, and he said even though he's close with LeBron and Carmelo and those guys, he never wants them to win a title because he wants to win it every year. He's a player who's focused on trying to get rings for himself, not his friends.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
But they got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Well, for the past month, it's been quite a three-point shooting display for these small forwards. Just check out their percentages from long range. Second is Caron Butler.
And you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on this list. Stay up tight on them on the perimeter and risk them blowing by you, or back off and give up the three.
As well as they shoot it from out there, Steve, you know, I take option number one and hope for some help if they get by me. Because you give him room near the arc, and they'll make you regret it.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Los Angeles ball.
Well, Lawrence Frank, head coach of the Pistons since last season. And before that, remember, he spent 7 years as the head coach of the Nets. Had a very competitive team there to start his career.
Griffin kicks to Butler. Over to Rosen. And the Clippers miss again.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
The dish to Miller. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. Crawford's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And you know, you talk about that tough team Lawrence Frank had in New Jersey. I mean, when he took that team over, they rattled off 13 straight wins. 6 of those were on the road consecutively. So both of those marks set records for a new head coach.
Cole's shot is good.
He was really a non-factor in that first quarter, but he's found a way to step it up here.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Dishes to Paul. And good on the basket. Book it. Paul's got 12 points in the game.
Very few players have his explosiveness. I mean, man, can he ever glide to get to that rim?
Here's DeRozan. His three-pointer's off the mark. Clippers trail by 10. And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Crawford against Miller. From 11 feet away, and the jumper is good. That's now 8 points for Crawford.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
He's been producing all night. It's up to the rest of his team to start kicking in a little bit.
And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Griffin a screen on Miller. Crawford kicks it to Odom. A three-pointer off the mark. And the call will go against Caron Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game.
A little over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
And if you're already boxed out, you've got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Andrew Bogut checked in for Hickson. Bahamute comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Harden in for Mike Miller. Count that one. 14 points for Chris Paul.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down. Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim. Shot seems to be a little awry today, just off a fraction. They've got to have him pick it up, though, and soon.
Clippers trailed by 5. Feeds it to Crawford. Three-pointer. Crawford missing again. The Pistons have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Crawford with the steal. Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. Back to Crawford. The three is launched. Crawford missing again.
Looks like he's lost his focus a little bit. Not playing well in this quarter.
From deep, Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Tell you what, he's draining the three ball at will, guys.
Yeah, he is, and they've got to find a way to get out there on him.
Los Angeles calls timeout. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. You've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
A different look for the Clippers. Ronny Turioff, he's checked in for Odom. Phillips comes in for Jamal Crawford. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Brandon Knight's checked in for Norris Cole. And it's Butler missing.
And you know, guys, Caron Butler was a solid addition to the Clippers last year. He signed a 3-year deal, which was surprising given that he was coming off major knee surgery. But he gave the Clippers the outside shooting small forward that they needed.
Harden the pass to Mbah-a-Moute. Here's Bogut. Up and in on the layup. And it's a... Ten-point Piston lead.
Well, he brings a lot to the table, Kevin, that's for sure. And what I look to really is his pursuit of the ball. I mean, he gets you so many second chance opportunities because he anticipates so well, and he plays with kind of a fearless aggressiveness.
And when he's on the floor, Steve, he calls the shots for them defensively. He has such a great understanding of his teammates and what they need to be doing, and that becomes contagious.
Harden kicks tonight. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of basketball. And another three for Detroit. And you mentioned Butler's outside shooting, Steve. Important for the Clippers to be able to spread the floor with Paul and Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Butler actually spaces the defense out and keeps them honest. Paul is their pick and roll operator, and obviously Griffin gets it done in the paint.
Phillips, no good. Pistons leading by 11. Mbah-a-Moute with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. And the shot is good. 51 seconds left in the first half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Phillips dishes to Turioff. Here's Bledsoe. He's guarded by Knight. 5 on the clock. Griffin goes in. And it's the devastating one-handed jam.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
That's good. And Mbah-a-Moute has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive boards.
You know, crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing. And if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the board. But they've done just the opposite here.
Good on the shot. Now, here is Harden. He got it up. No good on that last second attempt there. That'll do it for the first half. The Pistons on top. Up by a Piston.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, everyone. A critical time. The Pacers will...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
The way he's moved through the defense so far through 2 quarters, it's like everybody but him is in slow motion.
Well, he's just that quick going to the basket, Steve. I mean, the help defense just isn't getting there in time, and he's been able to finish.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Crawford and Butler out on the perimeter. Odom out there with Griffin. And it's Paul in at the 1. Crawford passes to Griffin. It's stolen by Bogut. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Ibaka and an emphatic dunk.
I'm not sure which was better, the fast break or the steal that got it started.
I think it was the defense, Steve, quite honestly. I mean, the whole play isn't even possible if he doesn't make the steal.
Clippers trail by 15. Ball outside. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. And he lays in the alley-oop.
The alley-oop pass right into the layup. Outstanding play that time.
Absolutely. The technique couldn't have been any better.
Bro, that's two guys who really love playing together, and it shows on that play.
The shot by Knight, no good. Clippers shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. The drive by Paul over Miller. Rebound, Detroit. Bogut's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's off to Utah for him after this one as they take on the Jazz. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
Went for the two-hand throw down there. Needed safety and power.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
No, nothing fancy, but he finished with force.
Butler sets a screen for Odom. Odom off a pick from Butler. Odom with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Kicks it to Griffin. Nice D from Bogut.
The defense got away with one there. I mean, usually he'll hurt you if you give him that kind of a shot.
And it's DeRozan missing. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Crawford right side. Looking to get back on track here. Second shot opportunity. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got 16.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
Knight kicks to Bogut, and that one's good. And the Pistons lead by 15.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
And this gives us a chance to check out some league leaders, the top passing big men since we've entered the season's second half. 5th best, Blake Griffin.
And these are some of the most complete players in the NBA. They're not just traditional score and rebound big men. They can beat you with their passing, too.
Yeah, that's the element of their game that puts them in a different category, a special category among low post players. I mean, they've got court vision, they see things, they anticipate, and they're much better at that than their peers.
Here's Butler, and it's rejected. DeRozan with it. He's got 12. And he makes the 8-footer. DeRozan's got 6 here in this quarter.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
And Griffin backs in. A fadeaway. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, when you think of Blake Griffin, you immediately think of the spectacular dunks, but I'm so impressed with his ability both as a ball handler and a passer. When he attracts those double teams down on the block, he really knows how to find his teammates.
Knight dishes to DeRozan. Got that bucket in no time at all. DeRozan's got 16 points. Paul passes to Griffin. Crawford kicks to Paul. It's stolen by DeRozan. To the middle. And that one's good. 13 points in the game.
And Steve, you mentioned Blake Griffin's impressive ball skills, whether handling or passing the ball. I mean, his shooting touch remains that missing ingredient, that part of his game he has to continue to improve on, whether it's the mid-range shot or the free throw. I mean, once he gets that narrowed down and locked in, I mean, the rest of the league is in major trouble.
Knight kicks to Harden. Takes a 3. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. And it's now 23 points for James Harden. Knight against Paul. Lobs it up there. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Now that's how you execute an alley-oop there, fellas.
And with an exclamation point, too, on the finish, throwing it down hard.
What a terrific play on both ends.
Now Knight, he's got 14. Ibaka dishes to Hickson, and easy 2 points on the layup.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Now here's Billups, looking for his first bucket of the game. To the paint, Paul. Tries from 16, and again the Clippers good for 2.
Now the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face, couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Chris Paul. This is the kind of play they love to see from him when he's just controlling things out there. Second in steals and one of the better passers in the league, in the top 20 in assists per game.
And Steve, I think the steals per game average that he sports is really an impressive stat. I mean, you think about coming up with the steals that he does and the way he does it with smarts and tenacity.
Billups with a screen for Paul. And Norris Cole is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Chauncey Billups. Paul for 3. But they'll get another chance. Griffin kicks to Butler. A second chance effort. That's good. Butler's got 12 points in the game.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
Harden the pass to DeRozan. He feeds it to Cole over Paul. And Ibaka slams it in.
Simply said, a tremendous rebound and a tremendous dunk.
He was
T-squared.
He was a man possessed right there, Clark.
Yep.
That's the kind of energy that you always get from him night after night.
Crawford with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Griffin dishes to Paul. Got it. Good job in the low post. Paul's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's smart. He's getting good shots, and he's knocking them down.
And Cole kicks to Hickson to the inside and taken away by Paul. And here's Crawford. 10 points for him. Griffin. And that one's good. Griffin's got 10 points in just the second half.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
And it's Cole missing.
Well-contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
Here's Paul. Can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. Here's DeRozan. And yes, sir, that one drops. DeRozan's got 18 points.
I think it's as simple as this, guys. Get him the ball. That's all you need to do. Give it to him.
Paul kicks to Crawford. Back to Paul. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Here's Crawford. Another shot. In deep. Paul drops it in. Paul's got 22 points.
Well, they got it to go that time, and the second chance points really proving to be a major factor.
Yeah, you know what? And I think offensive rebounding sometimes is a bit undervalued, but those extra possessions sure do help.
Tony Turioff, he's checked in for the Clippers. Johnson comes in for Caron Butler. Paul outside. Turioff kicks to Johnson. There's the 3, and the shot is good. Johnson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Harden, and that one's good. And the Pistons lead by 11.
The lift they've gotten from him today has been huge. I mean, he's been steady offensively and has helped them get out in front here so far.
Well, through 3 quarters of play. Down double digits at
74.
This Friday night, Marcin Gortat and the Phoenix Suns hit the road for a duel with the Atlanta Hawks. Live from Atlanta.
The Clippers shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. We've got Azubuike, Luke Richard, and Mbah-a-Moute out there with Ryan Anderson. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Bogut, and it's the 5. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Caron Butler. Jamal Crawford.
Now off the inbound. Here's Billups. Good. Billups has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Clippers.
Great move to the hoop, capped off with the finger roll. He's an outstanding finisher in close. The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
Here's Knight, and right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
That's a defensive let-up right there. I mean, they've got to close down on him quicker when he's in three-point range.
Outside Odom. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Bogut. Pistons leading by 11. Here is Mbah-a-Moute. Rebound by the Clippers. Crawford's got 6 rebounds in the game. Back to Billups. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shot on the wing. Crawford, no luck.
He's playing selfishly now, guys. He's just trying to get as many shots up as he can. He doesn't look at all concerned about his teammates.
And so here are the Clippers.
Hey, yo, Jamal.
Here's Griffin. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Griffin's got 12 points here in the second half.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Back to Butler. Griffin, a screen on Mbah-a-Moute. Outside Butler. He dishes it to Griffin. Bogut on him. 6 to shoot. And Butler, here we go. Fades away and sinks the tough shot.
He is so good at working himself into the open spots on the floor inside that three-point line.
Knight passes to Mbah-a-Moute. That's good. And the Pistons lead by 13.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Here's Knight, throws down the breakaway jam.
I like the awareness they had there. Guys were headed out on the break the instant the steal was made.
And they got the easy bucket because of it.
And the Clippers making a change here. Paul's checked in. Paul left side. A shot. Rebound, Detroit. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. In low to Bogut. Got a piece of it. Griffin with the steal. Butler against Azubuike. Billups from outside. That drops. Billups has got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, it's been interesting to see how Chauncey Billups' career has changed as he's grown. Early on, he was known more as an offensive point guard, and then he became a playmaker for the Pistons during that championship season in that era. And now he's really become a spot-up shooter and a dead-eye marksman for his club.
And that's not to say that he can't do anything else, but he has really stepped up his shooting from deep. Not a lot of guards can go from carrying the ball handling duties to being a catch-and-shoot guy, but Chauncey has made the transition quite smoothly.
The Pistons making a change here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Anderson. DeRozan comes in for Mbah-a-Moute. James Harden, he's checked in for Azubuike. And it's Norris Cole in for Brandon Knight. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Lawrence Frank address his team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Thanks, Doris. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Ball right side, and Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
He's going to have to be very careful, guys, because that's his 4th foul now, so we'll see how he responds.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, down by 12. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
They just haven't been as solid as they were earlier in the game in terms of taking care of the basketball.
And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that Memphis game turns out.
Paul gets a screen from Griffin. Phillips dishes to Odom. Fires the 3. Here's Griffin. That one goes. Griffin's got 14 points now in the second half.
He will fight you down low, guys. Really battles in there. He comes up with a lot of second chance buckets.
Here's Phillips. Pass to Paul. Odom on the wing. Over Ibaka. Paul kicks to Griffin. And there's the pass to Odom. Here's Butler. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Butler's got 20 points. And Harden with the basket on the assist from DeRozan. DeRozan's got 3 assists tonight.
They're just getting better offensively as the game goes along, making good choices and getting high percentage shots.
And they're playing hard and playing smart too, Steve. They've just been very, very good.
Here's Phillips. Outside Griffin. Detroit with the rebound. Bogut's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Cole, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Pistons lead by 13.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Now, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
He's really come out this quarter saying, give me the ball. I'm taking over. I'm demanding the ball. And you know what? He's delivered. A tremendous performance this quarter.
Anytime they've needed a hoop, he's taken over one shot after another. Boy, is he playing well.
Outside Odom. 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. Ibaka with some nice D.
This has been a game for him to forget. So far, anyway. We'll see if he can pick it up.
And that one's good by Butler.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Harden the pass to Cole. Griffin with the steal. The drive by Paul. No luck. Pistons leading by 12. Poked away and stolen by Billups. Paul dishes to Griffin. Unloads from 9. Goes back up. And Paul lays it in. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's how you exploit that defense. Take the ball right to the basket.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Detroit.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
Odom kicks to Paul. And that is good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Crawford against Harden. 1:04 left in the fourth. Knight. Back to Harden. Over Crawford. Here's Hickson. No good again that time.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotation.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. And so Paul nails both of them.
And crucial that he converted those foul shots. They've got to continue to eat away at this lead.
Here's Knight. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
We're seeing the Clippers unable to defend against Knight.
He's got 21 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
With more to come, maybe. The way his shot looks tonight, looks like he's in for a big night. And that ups their lead. So if they can continue to do that, get to the line, knock down their free throws, they should be in pretty good shape.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Paul with the screen for Butler. Crawford. He kicks to Griffin. Over Hickson. Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The drive by Paul. Overnight. Odom, the pass to Griffin. Crawford tries again. Can't get it to go.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Knight dishes to Harden. And so the Pistons take the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, for me, any win.
It's amazing, I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening. I'm exhausted, barely breathing, holding on to what I believe in. No matter